Alrighty guys, welcome back. Today we are currently back out here in the DragsterTV garage taking another look at the 05 Honda 400EX here. So, a little bit of an update. As you guys can see, it's like halfway assembled. It was fully assembled at one point. We stripped it all the way down. This is new. The jug is new under there. All that good stuff, right? We got it fully assembled, all the plastics back on, gas tank tray, airbox is still on because we have a little bit of an extra job. We have a little bit of an extra job to complete now because boy, oh boy, do I have a story to tell you guys. So, hope you guys do enjoy today's update video. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a look at the Excursion real quick. Alright guys, there it is. A little bit rainy out, but there's my 2004 Excursion. Just because you guys wanted to see more videos of it. You guys really did like the video I did yesterday, or 2 days ago, excuse me, showing off the Excursion, the lift kit, wheels and tires, everything that got done to it. So, just thought I'd include that in today's video because, first of all, for the comment section, thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes. It is now the day after my birthday, but I put out the video on my truck the day before my birthday. So yeah, you guys said happy birthday a lot, so thank you for all the birthday wishes. And you guys also said that you guys like the IRL videos. So that's why I'm out here making this one today. So little by little, you know, we were still waiting on a couple parts. Everything eventually came in. We got it all put back together. Threw on gas tank, or the gas tank tray, the gas tank, all the plastics over there. It was fully assembled. And then we rolled it out to go ahead and fire it up. Spark plug boot wasn't all the way on. We didn't know that. It was set in there, wasn't popped on. It was about right there, right? So it wouldn't fire, it wasn't getting spark. Well, while we were trying to turn it over, something we were unaware was in the motor decided to go ahead and pop out and say hello by snapping my cam chain. So that's gonna be fun to replace. So we pulled out of the garage. It was fully assembled. It was ready to fire up. We tried to turn it over, as I said, and you know, it was about ready to fire up. Then all of a sudden we hear like just a crunch sound. I'm not gonna try to reenact it for you guys. It might sound a little cringy, but you guys can maybe imagine what the sound would be of something getting caught in the chain, and you know, the chain was tight, you know, so obviously all that tension on it would snap it. So yep, it snapped it pretty good. Let me go ahead and show you guys here. Okay, that's the other end, but this end's kind of shredded. So that is that was my cam chain. So I have to wait until tomorrow to get a new cam chain, throw it all back together, and then finally ride it. The washer's around here somewhere. Long story short, it was the washer to that bolt. When my dad, so I haven't been home recently, but when my dad was reassembling it, he dropped a washer down in there, and we already had this cover off. So he just thought it bounced off and hit the ground. He didn't know what to think. He looked around and he didn't find it. Well, turns out, we thought it was this little spring and dowel. Let me show you guys. The spring is now down in there somewhere because it kind of flew out, but here's the dowel. I took it out. I got a stage 1 hot cam. I told you guys this in the last video for the 400EX. Wherever the old cam is. So in the old cam, there's this thingy right here. All right, and that essentially is for decompression. This pin is for decompression, and the spring that goes under it. So this is all held in by the cam. For the hot cam, it says, let me see this here. Also remove the plunger and spring from the cylinder head on 99 through 08 models. So we had it all put back together, and then we look at this and we read that, and we had already put the plunger and spring in there. So when we hear the crunch and the engine locking up or whatever's happening, we just automatically assume that the little plunger and spring just shot out of there and shot right down into there. So first thing we did was just simply take off this cover, and we're like, okay, we can pull it out, everything will be all right, not a big deal. And then we pull out this, because this was all tangled up, snapped in half down there, but no plunger and spring to be found. So we take off this, and sure enough, plunger and spring's still in there. So we're like, okay, what could have caused that? Well, let me show you guys what could have caused that. It's on the floor here somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but essentially, it wasn't a tiny washer either, but it was right down. I just grabbed the flashlight. It was pretty much right in there. It showed itself pretty clearly whenever I put the flashlight on it, and I was just able to get my finger in there and just pull it out. There's a washer in there. That's what chewed up. Good thing it didn't chew up any of the gears. Those are hard steel, but oh, rest in peace, old cam chain. At least we're getting a new one. So after I saw that there's no, I took this off to like see. I just needed to double check. Or also I need to take it off because there's going to be a new cam chain going on, so it needed to be off anyway. So I took it all off, and then when I noticed it was in there, I'm like, oh, well then what caused this? So we were just thinking too loose of chain, too tight. I don't know. It was pretty tight. If you over tighten them, it's a pretty good chance that it could snap. It didn't seem over tightened though, because if you guys know these cam chain tensioners, they're not like adjustable. It will adjust. It's automatically adjustable. You have to back it out with a flathead screwdriver. Some people have their own tools for it, and it'll hold itself while you are putting it in, putting both the bolts in, and then you let it off, and it will just shoot out as far as it needs to go to make sure that cam chain is tight. So you can't really just go in there and adjust it where you like it. It's just kind of automatic, and it'll just keep itself tight. So it didn't seem like excessively tight. That's why we were confused, but I don't know where that washer went. It was on the floor somewhere around here, but yeah, washer, yeah, it wasn't a tiny one either, chilling in there, and that's clearly what snapped this chain. Now, the next thing I wanted to tell you guys was, I don't really work well, I don't really focus well when I have a camera on me. I could have easily this whole time set up a little something, just put my phone there, and did time-lapse of us working on this thing. Would have made for a good video. However, that's just not really my thing. I was just, when I'm focusing on something, especially related to a motor, there's so many different things you need to focus on. So, I don't know. I just didn't want to, in the back of my mind, know that there was a camera I had to worry about. And maybe if my phone ran out of storage, something like that. So that's why I haven't been continuously recording parts in series for this. However, I have been taking pictures. So right after this, I'm gonna go ahead and at the end of this video, so feel free to stay and check it out. I'm gonna do like a little not a montage, I don't know what it'd be. It's just like a little series of pictures of the build from when we tore it down. That was the last time you guys saw this, to when we built it all back up, from the jug, from the piston rings to the jug to the head to the cylinder head, and then reassembled all the plastics to when we rolled it out. Got a couple pictures of when it was out there by the new lifted excursion, and then all that good stuff. And then to now where we are at when we rolled it in here, and I just started to disassemble it. But as you guys can see, since it's going to be a pretty quick job, we're not tearing down any farther than this, because we already have that cover off. To replace your cam chain, if you guys don't already know, it's pretty simple. One nut, these two gears come off. You'll have a perfect view of this right here. However, I'm a little bit confused. I guess I can slightly move that out of the way, but I don't know if these cam chain tensioners are going to be a problem at all. I'm not 100% sure. They might be. Might have to get in there and take out the cam chain tensioner. We're going to get it all figured out in the end. But we are now right at the perfect spot to where we are able to put on a new cam chain as soon as it comes in. It's supposed to come in tomorrow. And then we can get back to riding, and I'll make sure to record that for you guys. Yeah, getting the exhaust on was a little bit of a pain, I don't know how people get their exhaust off with this oil jug in the way. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. Every video I've seen of someone rebuilding their top end, they take off their exhaust and they somehow get it out with their oil jug on. I don't know about you guys, but I had to take my oil jug off, and then the exhaust would pull out, so I had to get the exhaust on first and then put my oil jug back on. So that was just a little bit of an extra something. But I'm kind of like doing it the short and quick way because we're already tore down as far as we need to be. So I'm keeping the exhaust on, the oil jug on, the exhaust on. Did I already say the exhaust? Yeah, I'm at the air box on, and then really you can just shove the, once I get it all reassembled, I can just shove the, since it's just kind of sitting there, I can just shove the tank tray under it and put the gas tank back on. So it'll all reassemble pretty smoothly. I took this part in under 20 minutes. It's just not new to me now because I've done it so many times. And to get like the exhaust and the oil jug on, I'd have to circulate through taking off one fender and then another, and then shoving one thing through and then taking off the fender again and putting it back on. So I should have just kept them off until this point, but I don't know, I just wanted to get it all reassembled. I was kind of in a hurry, but so this is where we're at. You know, I don't know if I showed you guys, got the new oil cooler put on, and new air filter too. No oil filter is still sitting over there because I had to take it out, obviously, because I took off the cover. So we got the hot cam sitting here. This bearing, I dropped it on the ground. There's a lot of oil spills within this process, so if you guys didn't already know, kitty litter, I know it looks a little bit messy, excuse me. Kitty litter dries it up so you can sweep it all up and there won't be any oil on your floor. Hey, there's kitty litter right there. However, I actually dropped this wonderful bearing here for my cam into the kitty litter. So I've been trying to clean that out. We're gonna get it cleaned up because I can't find any that will come soon enough. But yeah, it should go back together all pretty smoothly. There's my oil filter. Got all my bolts kind of, I mean, they're not miscellaneous, but when I first took it apart, I wrote on the bags, but obviously that's for gas tank, it's not for exhaust, I know that. This is for, well, let's actually see. So, okay, there's long bolts, so it's for the head. This is for the side cover. This is for, it says airbox, but this is all my plastic bolts. Gotta stay organized when you're doing this, but this is like all I've torn down. That's all I need to tear down, so I'm not gonna organize that much. Then I just got the plastic sitting there, so I can put it all back on one by one once we get the new cam chain in. But I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update on this thing. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new and you haven't already, and stay up to date. Make sure to turn on those post notifications to never miss a new daily video from me. And with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. With that, I'll catch you guys very, very soon in the next one.